Let's see. It is the 28th of September. It is Thursday. Man, it's been kind of an interesting couple days. I missed a couple streams, I think. 2 days, potentially. Let me just get some music going in the background. And, yeah, let's get this going. Oh, it's super sentimental music to start the morning. There we go. It's a little better. Yeah, so I was running into some issues with my PC. I don't know what was going on, but might have been hard drive related. Just everything was slowing down and I kept having crashes, which has never really happened. So I kind of cleared a bunch of stuff off, reset a few things, and now I think everything's back. And I just been last couple of days, I don't know, it's just been hard with the sleep. As people kind of know, if you watch the stream, I'm usually streaming at 5 a.m. Eastern time, my local time here in Ontario, Canada, and then take a break and then stream again in the afternoon. And it's been a good accountability tool for me, but it's also been pretty exhausting, and I've been having trouble kind of just keeping up the schedule. So we're going to finish this week, and then we're going to think about maybe how we want to do this. I do like to record everything that I'm doing with these projects. It's great to have clips and video and kind of the behind the scenes, but potentially maybe we'll move to like a single stream a day, middle day, so it's like same time scheduled, everyone knows, and then we'll just roll with it. But we'll figure that out. I said at the beginning, we're going to kind of adjust this on the fly. I'm brand new to this. We're actually a month in, so I guess I can't say I'm brand new anymore, but still learning kind of what works and what makes sense in the schedule. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So we're going to just kind of power through a bunch of modeling things today. I'm pretty close to finishing up the Sam Spratt Monument Game mask. So we're going to work on finishing that today, texturing it, making it look, essentially just like this, and then importing it into our scene, which is this one up here. And then if we have time at the end of the day, we're going to switch gears and, we're going to optimize this. This is the balloon that we already created on I think earlier this week or last week. So we just have to kind of clean this up a bit, the geometry count and stuff. And then once that's done, we move on to this right here, which is the bobber, which is going to be in the water. So basically the mask is going to go here. We clean up the balloons up here, add the bobber. And then I would say, at that point, I would be comfortable to say we're basically done. I'm still brainstorming what to put in the tent to add a little bit of interest here. And then it's just really about optimizing the scene, lighting, fixing actually this part here is another one. Sort of just like, you can actually see a little white box in here. It's just, it was a placeholder to kind of have something that feels like some of the art's just kind of hanging out outside of the bus. But that's basically it. And I want to try to finish this off between today and tomorrow's stream so we can move on to some other stuff. So there we go. I'm going to be maybe a little bit more quiet than usual this morning just because as I go through, but I always say that and then I start keep talking. But yeah, we try to talk through what I'm working on, and away we go. Just another side note, how do I turn down? Still something I've been trying to figure out is how to turn down. Oh, there we go. Testing. Testing. There we go. There's an art to that. Something I still probably want to spend some time on is the audio mixing. It's like right now I've got the audio from the microphone. Should have a bit of a background sound, but one of the things that I haven't quite figured out yet is like I can kind of figured out how to adjust the audio level for me so I can hear the music loud or soft depending on what I'm doing and my own voice. But the other problem is trying to get if I want to hear the stream, right? So I want to verify the stream or go to YouTube or whatever, I can kind of just pause and listen to the delay. That's probably the best way to do it. But when I do that, if I do it on the computer, the audio comes through, and I haven't figured out how to not do that yet. But let me just go listen to the audio real quick we'll just go to YouTube on my phone. And yeah, we'll see what it sounds like. Okay, just give me 1 second. Yeah, it's interesting. It's probably a little loud on the music. There must be a rule of thumb. Like I know for yeah, it's interesting. It's probably a little loud on the music. So I know, like as a rule of thumb, like I know for what I want for my voice, which is usually around minus 10 dB. Obviously not going into peaking, so minus 10 in minus 5 somewhere in there is okay. Like the audio sounds I think pretty good right now. I don't know what the background is, dB or background music stream. I'm sure somebody has kind of had a excuse me, I gotta work on that. Yeah, it's interesting. YouTube, like we're not talking about like a YouTube background. I think the stream background should be a little bit lower, right? Oh, 20 dB lower than speech. Yeah, that's about what it is right now. It's minus 30 to 35, minus 10. So, all right. Well, if you listen, just give me a, no one's ever said anything about it, but I don't know if people would tell me. Okay, so let's get into it. So I was working on a little bit of this, I think yesterday, the day before, but I want to come back to where I was because I get a little crazy with camera work and stuff, and I want to have this on camera so we can kind of see. Okay, so here's the mask as it is right now, and there's two things. I'll kind of do a little quick list. We kind of got a little bit sloppy with our change log when we switched over to the mask, but I'm gonna comment on what I need to do. So the first thing I noticed when I looked at the reference is that the eyes, to me, there's just a little bit too much of a lip. Like it is kind of part of the angle. It's hard to kind of see. We don't have like a good straight on angle. But I did feel personally that there was a little bit too much like eyelid compared to this. So I'm just going to overall increase the size of the eyes. And then I think that was really it. Everything else is feeling like, yeah, it's not perfect. Like I would say this is a little too thick compared to this. But I would say for the most part, I don't know if I'd want to kind of go and try to change that. So I think it's pretty close. So let me just check this. So I have a few of these. Just trying to refresh my memory on where we were. Okay, so give me 1 second. So, okay, so this is actually mask, merged, applied. So this is everything's applied. This one is, so it's been curved. This has been curved. This is without subdivision. So this is mask merged, pre-subdivide, and this is original. Okay. So just to kind of reset, just to reset, this is kind of the current version. It's been subdivided. It's already curved. Generally, other than, some few spots that I don't love the way that they come together, it's not showing any issues. It seems good. When I texture it, it looks good. So I don't want to go crazy trying to fix anything else. This is the original. So let's close this one. And this one has the mirror modifier. So this one I want to go back to because they're all basically, we'll get rid of these and sort of apply all the modifiers because we don't want to have to do this twice. So we want the eyes to be symmetrical. So really the only major thing here is just to do this. And I think the best way to do this is going to be, let me just think through this. I think what we want to do is do the whole thing. So let's go to here. And I'm going to say, let's just grab the entire eyelid rim. So we should have everything selected there. Yep. And then what we can do is we can kind of manipulate this whole thing. We can kind of make it a little bigger. We can bring it higher. Oh, we somehow missed one there. Make sure we didn't get anything. Okay. Yeah, so we can kind of bring this, up a bit. We can scale this on the X down a little bit, scale it on the Y up a little bit, kind of bring it up here. Can't go over then I think we could probably start to bring, maybe we grab another loop, maybe 2. So we'll just grab 2 loops. It gets a little messy there. So we're going to double check if we have, just have to be careful not to cause any issues over here. So just following it. So I think we don't want that one. That's probably perfect. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Okay, so now we can just sort of bring this up here. Yeah, and then take a peek. You can kind of do a before after too. See how much that really did. Okay, so this is that. Right. So we open it up a bit. Maybe we go a little further. Yeah, let's go a little tiny further. So yeah, these are still selected. Let's grab this. So let's just go bring it up. We just really want to be careful not to create too much of a, yeah, see, it's the only issue. I feel like we're going to have to kind of fix some of this up now. We should be doing a bit of a procedural. We should be doing maybe we turn this on. It's like liable to just cause more issues. I mean, this would be nice if this kind of worked. Let's take a peek. Okay. So other than maybe this lip, maybe this loop, we'd want to fix this a little bit. I don't think it'll be that bad though. It's just really, honestly, it's just in case we got to come back. Let's quick vertex group. Okay, and then I just want to see what happens if we take this loop. It's so funny. It's just like probably a week ago that I kind of started this, and I really, honestly, I've gone such down a rabbit hole on topology, and I realize now, myself included, right, how many people like just kind of skip kind of underlying like, well, how these things are built and how topology works. Yeah, I just sort of, you make it, you know, and if it works, you're kind of like, all right, we're good. But the more you do it and you realize like, man, it's going to haunt you. And it's like, you want to know, you really want to understand how these things work. And I do think it's one of the most valuable skills. I've said this on the stream before. I think it's one of the most valuable skills you can have as a 3D artist, to kind of fundamentally understand topology. And yeah, so it just gives you kind of something to work on, I guess. Gives you something to work on, something to think about, you know, something to kind of get better at. You know, there's always a balance. Sometimes I go on the other side of that balance of like, what do you need to get the job done versus what the right way to do things are. I think that you can find a healthy balance between those two, you know, that are going to put you in a position where you kind of understand, like, I guess it's like, know what you don't know, right? Know where you're making your compromises and know why. And, you know, don't just be ignorant to the effect that these things can have. And I think that's probably the thing I'm learning the most. Like for this one, for example, I think the reason why I'm being so particular about it is because A, it's a learning exercise, which is always valuable, but B, you know, I'd like to hand this model over to the artist that inspired it, and be able to say, hey, use this for whatever you want. The last thing I want is someone else to open it up and be like, oh, what did this guy do? I don't mind there being a few mistakes here and there, but I don't want it to be a total disaster. So I guess, part of the process of that is just to, make some choices. Make some choices that, maybe take me a little bit longer. But, yeah. Okay, so let's just take a peek at this now. So this is the original. So this is what we did. I think that's a good move overall. Maybe the shape, if this is tilted a bit, maybe the shape is slightly off, but I think overall the eye is much more, the eye is much more correct in terms of the size. So just remember, this is the original. We open the eye up pretty much. I think that's the right move. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill these two other ones, and we'll make the applied. Let's just do a quick review. I think this was it. Let's take a quick peek around, see if there's anything else that I missed. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Get rid of the extras. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this. I really do. Man, these things look so good in matte cap. This matte cap material, I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's so glossy. It's like a Ferrari. It just, it's like, you can just texture everything in this material and probably like pretty happy with it. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. So what we'll do is, since we have this file saved, we're just gonna get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. And then we're gonna just apply some of these things. So we're gonna first apply I think the mirror modifier. I can't remember the order I did this, but let's just try it. Okay, so it was not first, yeah. I think this is fine. This didn't cause any issues. And then let's apply the curve. Yeah. And then what we'll do is, we should have, yeah, let's go back. We'll just do two. We'll just do a duplicate. Okay, so we'll call this applied. I need a better naming system for all this stuff, by the way. I don't know if anyone has a good, like, there's no version control. I've seen different third-party plugins that handle it a little bit, but there's no good version control in Blender, which is a shame. It would be beautiful to be able to kind of version these objects and then roll back to different things so you don't have to duplicate stuff. But this will do the trick. So we're just going to apply all. And there we go. So this is what we have, basically. Close this guy, and we're going to work with this, and we're going to just do the texture. Okay. So I was experimenting with this. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on with this. Applied. All right, so we're gonna go, let's go talk about this material. So let's get this into a rendered view. And then what I think I'm gonna do, let this set up. Yeah, Kroji, it's I don't know. I don't know what your point is. I guess that's great. Yeah, I mean, we're all coming at it from different angles, right? So everyone's journey is different and everyone's intention is different. Some of us are just trying to make, 3D models, and others are trying to do, something different, and we're all coming at it from different places. So we just kind of go at our own pace and learn on our own, and don't compare ourselves to others. So yeah, your perspective on it may be very different than mine, but we move on. Okay, so let's go on to, okay, so I want to do, so just so I can set this up in a way that I feel pretty good about, we're going to go, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to create a really simple, I've done this before. It's not the best setup, but with the lighting that I'm going to use, it's going to work pretty well. So I'm just going to do a setup, essentially just like a little studio for this thing. I'll go pretty big on it. Okay, and then what I typically do is just put down, drop it here, bring it down. Okay, there we go. And then, yeah, so this will be our studio. And then what we're going to do is just pop. Maybe we don't have to pop the top off this. We'll pop the top off this, and we'll bring off this face and this face. And then what we'll do is we'll apply the scale. And then we'll just bevel all three of these. Something like that should be fine. Shoot it smooth. Turn off this. Yeah, so basically just to create a little bit of a little area here, and then let's switch this back over to studio. And then for this, really simply, like I just do like a gray material. We'll turn the roughness to 0.74 to 70, yeah, 0.75. And then I'm gonna take a peek at what do I have for lighting. I don't remember what I did. Oh yeah, so we're gonna get rid of these two lights. And then we're gonna put the world lighting down, 0.25. Just make sure there's no other light in here. Maybe go to 0.1. Okay, so then, yeah, we're gonna go into light. Let me turn on extras. Okay. Extras. All right. So just, I mean, just for me, for real simple, I'm just putting like like an area light above it, and we'll just kind of play around with the power a little bit. 50. 50. And then what I've done in the past on this is just then go and grab the exposure and just drop the exposure down a little bit. And that just creates kind of this nice, like where the background fades away and we just have most of this light coming in. So I think this is going to be good enough for me for right now until for us to texture. Okay. So I thought a little bit about how I wanted to texture this. And I think I come to a conclusion, which is that I think I'm going to use, I have found a texture that's very, very similar to this in Quixel. And I think I'm just going to blend it together with some coloring and then add vertex paint to sort of darken it on here. I looked at these masks on here. You can see it if we flip over here in a couple seconds. Yeah, so I was looking at the masks, and if you look really closely at this, you can see this is basically what he used. So they really just had this kind of faded tone, two-tone going on, and it looks like they kind of have some spottiness on the top, and then the actual corners or edges are painted. They're kind of, there is no actual paint added to these. So this is, I think, a pretty good representation of what they look like at the end. I know it's just cool. We can kind of play around. There's this, orange one and stuff, but I like this. This is what we're going for. So we'll keep this kind of as our primary. Go back here. All right. So we're going to do asset browser. I'm going to go to materials. And I've created this material. It's just something I've used on my own. I've talked about it, I think, before. And it's basically this. I don't know if I've got... Yeah, this is fine. So basically what it is it's just a Quixel set up for Quixel. So it has all the proper mapping. Oh, I have to unwrap this. Right. I don't think I've done that yet. So I'll have to do that quickly. And then, yeah, we've got controls of saturation and the AO mix and bump and all this stuff. And then I think we'll end up mixing this together with a static color. So I think I was testing this out. Yeah, just mixing it with like a color from here so that it sort of all kind of fits together. And then we'll add a darker version of this color, maybe a different material altogether. And then we'll blend it together with the vertex paint. Okay, so let's do the unwrapping. Definitely not, this is not my area of expertise as well, but I think I can hopefully get it to a pretty good place. So it's just to kind of, let's just see. So when we unwrap it, just to kind of show this as we go. So this is what happens when we unwrap it with no seams. And then what I'm going to do is, I know for sure I'm going to want to do like a seam around the outside. So let's just get that one in. Let's go to this mat cap. Why are these always see-through? I quite understood that. Oh, X-ray. Okay. Yeah, so let's just take a peek. So this is nicely all the way around the outside. So I think that's going to be easy to mark that as a seam. And now just watch if we unwrap this now. Seam. Oh, did we just do the seam? Huh. Interesting. Oh, probably because I did. Okay, so then let's just try this. All right. So you get like a little bit of an improvement. I think where else I would want to unwrap this at. Maybe we could put a seam down the back as one option. Oh, we need to change this to. We need to change this to bounds. I still don't quite understand why I'm getting a see-through. Why is that always doing that? That's fine. I don't know why the object does that. Either way, this will do the trick. So my guess is that this piece is probably okay. So I'm going to do is I'm going to just go back to the shader and just for this, we'll do is we'll grab a new texture. We'll do the UV grid. Yeah. So this is at least just to give us like kind of a view of, turn this on. So this is so far pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're gonna need to really go much crazier. No, I'm not super concerned about there not being like continuity between that and that. There's continuity there, nothing looking great. I saw something here the other day. Where did I see that? Something that just kind of showed how much like the textures were stretching. It was really cool. Whoever was that? It was really, really neat. I think it was in the UV wrap. Yeah, it was really, really neat. Now, like from a detail standpoint, I don't know, it's oddly feel like those are not lined up the best way. I'm not really sure why I would. Maybe there was just the island or something that I had. It's very weird how it shows you that option after. I mean, it's weird. I mean, there's enough margin there. It's just odd. I feel like you could move it. It doesn't really matter. We could try to unwrap it more to optimize the texture, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I just wanted to see there was a thing here. I remember seeing it. I'd never used it before. It was like it showed like a cool I don't know where it was. That's all right. That's not what I want. I think I'm pretty happy with that. We'll see how it looks when I texture it. Okay. So let's go back to our material. And you can see like this material's coming in here already. And you can see it's not bad, right? It's just sort of, we can also now get a better idea of our lighting. So let's go back to our light. Let's bring this up a bit. 350. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. So this is not bad as it is. A little bit too much here in terms of the cracking and stuff. I'm trying to think of that. Is that... So we don't have any... We do have displacement on right now. So let's just see if we turn off displacement. Interesting. So is that just coming from... Is it the normal? Yeah, okay. Cool. so just basically, yeah, just kind of going to play around with some of this to kind of decide how much detail to bring in. So this is controlling, like this is the original texture, which is just like a little bit too aggressive for me. And then this is the blended with just a color, right? So we lose a little bit, like a little bit of the, of that makes it a little bit more closer to this. And then this is the normal strength. So you can see if we bring in the normal, we get more of this kind of cracking detail, which I think we probably want to just be a little bit less aggressive on. Something like that feels pretty good. And then we can also, you know, we can play with displacement. Obviously we go crazy. So, you know, it's like crazy displacement. It's not what we want. I don't even think we're going to want any displacement, to be honest. Getting into weird. Let's turn off the displacement altogether. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And what we can just do is we can bring the displacement into the bump. And just bring like a little bit of detail in. So this is the bump strength. You can see it's adding. Interesting, it's adding those ridges. So that might be could be UV related, or it could be my just topology. But yeah, something like this, just maybe even less. Okay, so there you go. So that's just like a base layer. I think I feel pretty good about that. And then what I want to do is create a new, I'm going to create a new duplicate of this. Okay. And we'll do a mix shader, and we'll just grab this one, and we'll grab, sorry, this one, and we'll bring this in. And for the factor, we'll bring a color attribute, and I don't know if we have a color yet. No, we don't. So what we can do now is go into vertex paint. We can just get one, just all we got to do is get one brush stroke in here. Let's go back to this. So there we go. So there's the vertex paint. So now it's going to create a color attribute. And now it's going to basically blend between these two materials based on this attribute. So we want to try to get this material dialed in right now. So we can just bypass it for a second. And then for this one, we can decide a couple ways to do this. So one would be to just bring a more darker paint here. So that's kind of one option. Definitely we can bring down the bump on this. We can probably bring down the normals, maybe not. So we're just, what we're trying to do now is match a material for this, is really all we're trying to do. We can even kind of, to make it like a little bit different, we could change the scale as well. It's getting not too bad. It's pretty close. Something like that. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty close. Okay, so then we go back to our original setup, which is this. And now, yeah, so what should happen? Well, we got to reverse these. I wish there was a reverse. Is there a reverse? So we're going to reverse these. This is kind of annoying. Okay, so what you can see now is that as I paint with the vertex paint, what should happen is that other color should come through, right? So it's sort of like we can layer it, and obviously if we get, once we get to 100, then, you know, completely, once it gets completely black, then it's going to be fully that material that we set up. So we're going to go to about that, but I think I'm going to do it like with the brush strokes and not just sort of do a clean black, because I think it'll add a little bit of character to the paint, and plus it's some therapeutic to do this anyway. So yeah, that's really it. We're just going to go around, and honestly we're just going to paint all the edges. And there's even, we could add like a texture. Maybe we'll even have that on, and we can adjust. Shift F will adjust the strength, right? And you can see it starting to come through. That's probably a good angle. And then the cool thing about this technique and like what we're doing is that it's all procedural in the sense that yes, it's still using a texture, but when we're looking at this color attribute, you'll see after we can adjust using a color ramp how much that fade happens. So if we think that we need a little bit less of the color coming through, we can do that. So we have kind of full control over how that would actually come through, and then obviously we can change this texture too. So if we want to add a bit more thickness to it, we could probably add like a very light displacement so that it seems like it's painted on top. And I think we can kind of do a lot with this. And then the other thing that we can do, we'll do that maybe we'll do that at the end, is we can still sculpt this a little bit. So right now it's very symmetrical. Everything is, you know, pretty consistent because we modeled it. If we want to add a bit of, you know, character to this, we can go into the sculpt tool and we can add, you know, some little deformation around here to kind of make this thing feel a little bit more like it came out of a mold than it was modeled. And then we still have our original model after the fact that we can go back to. So I was looking at this trying to figure out if it's painted at the top. I think it is. So actually we need to go, and we can even fade this a little bit. So if we have that, we can go back to the white. Oh, we have to get rid of the texture. This is one little issue. Yeah, we can just clean that off. And I don't really know if that texture is going to make a difference at this. Yeah. So anyway, we can make the bottom a little bit darker than the top can be. We'll just go all the way around, then we'll clean that up after. I need to get out my stylus pen. If there was ever just a quick version of Blender for iPad, I would just love there to be one for this. It's for using. This is what I think is like one of the most therapeutic things I think ever. Just sitting and painting. Especially when it's something you made, you know. I remember when I was a kid, I was really into model airplanes. When you'd buy these model airplanes from the store, it'd be like a big deal to go get one, you know, birthday or Christmas or just as a gift. And cars and airplanes, but more airplanes. And you go get them, and it's just like you get this package, you know, with all of the parts that you have to pop out of that plastic, cut them out. Sometimes you file them down, and then you will get like a paint set, and you can get like metallics, and you get all these different paints, and then there's like a paint guide in the box that tells you what to do. So you can follow it exactly, or you can kind of come up with your own style if you want, but you paint them all It's such a like a delicate process, like a little paintbrush, painting these like tiny little parts. A lot of times while they're still in the plastic, sometimes you take them out, put them in like a little clamp, and you paint them, and then you start to glue them onto the airplane. That's such a satisfying feeling, like when it all comes together and you have like a final model. That's one thing I kind of wish. They were probably really, I was a kid, they were probably really bad, maybe no worse than this mask, but I kind of wish I still had those. You just sit there and it's so therapeutic to just. I'm slowly discovering, by the way, part of that story is I'm slowly discovering all these little things I did when I was younger that I didn't see as signs of wanting to do art. It's like never really saw it as an option, But I think it was like model airplanes was probably first. I used to do stop motion with, we had this Esso, Esso's a gas station. I think it's only Canadian. With these Esso gas station things you could get. It was like kind of like Lego, but little figurines with like a whole gas station setup, and you could kind of pose them and create like a little scene. And I remember doing stop motion with a Japanese camcorder that we got, my father got me. We made like whole short films with all the characters animated. And then when I also went out, so we did the animation and then the models. And then I remember I never did. That's one thing I never did. I never animated the models. That would have been fun. I'm sure I probably did. I just forgot. But also remember doing collages. So I used to get Slam magazine and Sports Illustrated. It was like 2 subscriptions I had as a kid. And like I would put the covers. So when I was done with the magazine, like once I kind of read it, there was always like a slam up. I remember it was called Slam Up. So it was like a slam of the month or whatever. And you would, get it out as a poster, unfold it, put it in your room or whatever. But I eventually just started to cut the covers out of the magazines. And I remember at one point I had like 3 years worth of Sports Illustrated magazines up on my wall in my room. So you could see like the whole history of like Sports Illustrated on my wall. And then once the magazines were gone, like once the covers were gone, then I could go through the magazines and I would cut out any of the interesting, like usually basketball players or anything that was kind of cool. I would cut it out with an X-Acto knife, and then I put it onto like a display, and I would have like I don't even know what I would do with it. I would just have these like displays. They would just be like Bristol board with basketball players and stuff on it. I remember that being like kind of a huge deal for me to do all that. And then once I got a little older, I remember my friend introduced me to, like, we found Photoshop. It was Photoshop at the time. It's a really early version. This would have been when I was in grade 6. So I remember we then figured that out, so we could download images from the internet. Like I was a Raptor fan, so Vince Carter, we'd find, cool, we'd find cool photos of like Vince Carter dunking a basketball or whatever, and then we'd go in and we would go in and we would cut them out and then turn them into like wallpaper. So I would do like collages of like 100 different dunks, or we'd make something and just sort of learn how to do it as we went. It's funny because I remember my buddy that I did that with, he went on to like run his own graphic design company, and I went on to do business stuff. Like when I was a kid, I was too caught up in like the right thing to do is go into business, marketing, business, like anything like that. I didn't really think of kind of the more artistic stuff as a career option. I feel like school guidance counselors, right, are probably the worst. Like I think if you have a good guidance counselor, you could make such an impact on kids. It's such a weird job, right? Like a guidance counselor. Like you're not a teacher. I feel like that's an underrated job. I feel like you could make a huge impact on a kid's career, Oh yeah, I was trying to figure this out. So take a peek at this. Looks like the nose is done, but it almost looks like he did it. Yeah, you can definitely see it here. We're gonna do the nose, but I feel like we want to do it really Let's get that texture back. Yeah, I just feel like you can make a big impact on kids. Obviously, everyone has like the guidance counselor that told them, you can't do this, you can't do that. I just wonder how many people get into that career choice as like intentionally, like, hey, I want to inspire kids to not take on careers that they don't want to do, like to really truly find what you're passionate about. Because it just in the long run, doesn't, I think no matter what, you're going to end up better off. It's hard to say, like if you go into finance, you can make a lot of money, but I think it's sustainable to do that forever if you don't really love it. And some people just want money, they just want to be successful. It's like all they care about, and that's cool. Take whatever the quickest path is to that, I guess. But I just think too many kids are not recognizing that you can do really well for yourself if you stick to something that maybe it doesn't seem like the most profitable or the best, financial career, but you really care about it. I think you're going to end up better off in the long run. Okay, so I just added like a little bit of coloring to the nose, which I think looks good. And now what I'm going to do is with that texture on, low strength, I'm going to just start to, let me see, texture on. I like to try to get some nice patterns. I could do this as like a decal. I learned this the other day, but I don't know if it actually works or what I'm doing. So if you go to the texture and you change this to stencil, it probably not going to work because it's not alpha masked on the outside. It's white and black, and I'm sure there's a way to tell it that. No. You might have to go in here. SGB. Calculate. What does that do? Maybe this will actually do it. We'll see. So with a stencil, you can move it, and you can, I think it's like shift. Yeah. Right. So you can move it wherever you want. And then the way that it's supposed to work, although for decals, it's going to put the whole image. So whether it respects the black as being alpha or not is going to make a difference here. But usually what you do is you bring the strength up, and even the size of this up, and you can just paint on. See, yeah, it did work. That calculate thing, I think, did the trick. But not what I wanted to do, but you could just see it added the full texture onto the screen. It's an interesting way. Also don't know if maybe putting like a multi-res or something on this might help. It's pretty big already. It's 100. Oh, okay, there we go. Maybe just kind of doing some of that. Just adding a little bit of yeah, I think that looks good. The only thing I'd like to get would be some of these, like, see how there's almost like very light. Kind of does it a little bit. Some like a little bit of kind of tearing. Like, just adding like a little bit of like where the paint's kind of missed. Yeah, I think that the level of I think that's pretty good. Just add a little bit of weird kind of I think that's pretty good. Just something to kind of add a bit of detail. And there we go. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Honestly, I think, especially when you guys see, you know, where this is going. Yeah, I realize like it's not going to be that detailed anyway. Yeah, but that's basically it. Let's go camera to view. Get it like that. That's probably pretty good. Should turn on a little bit more of the parse through. Never know where that is. parser or pass through? I don't remember where it is. Okay, so let's save this. And we're going to call this 2.3.1. Okay, 2.4, I was messing around with the camera, so I don't want to use that. And yeah, I think... There we go. That's our mask. I'm pretty happy with that. Definitely pretty happy with how that came out. May not be perfect topology, may have made some mistakes here and there, but I feel like the end result is something I can be proud of, and it's going to go in my work. And I feel like the shape is really representative of. It feels authentic. It feels organic to me, and it feels very close to the original mask. Okay, so let's save that, and then we're going to bring that one in to the scene. So it's mask merge applied is our correct one. All right, we save that, and then let's go back to our card. Okay, so for a reminder for everyone, this is our scene, and it is heavy. So today I'm gonna do some optimizing. I actually brought the original mask in to see what it did, but let's go back here. Let's find that mask. This is it. And just to kind of work with this a little bit better, I'm going to turn the night balloons off because I know that they're very, very heavy. Actually, they're not that bad. No, that's underwater. Sorry. Yeah, they're massive, so we got to optimize that. I'm going to probably take an audit of everything in this scene just to kind of figure out where the most of the vertices are. An environment should be huge. No, it's not. Okay. Maybe we'll just do some of this now. Rocks is not bad. Oh, it's terrain. Sorry, terrain's gonna be big. Okay, so terrain is like 3 million of the 6. Camping is about 1 million. Balloons we turned off, so we know the balloons got to be done. So the water is a lot too. Wonder what is the water causing the water? The pond? Oh, right. Right. Okay, so this is another optimization. So we'll do the optimizing at the end. The pond, I had to add a ton of geometry to do this wave modifier, and what I should have done is I should have done it in a different thing and then baked it in as like a displacement map. So maybe that's something we do at the end. We'll take the water out and we'll add this wave modifier plus maybe we'll just do an ocean simulator. Yeah, and then we'll combine them together and then we'll bake a displacement map which we'll use in the actual terrain. Or I've been looking at, like, I think you can just use it as a bump map or a normal map and it'll do the same basic thing. Okay, so that's good to know. The water is a big part of that, and the meme is not. So it's balloons and water. The environment, I'm not sure I can do much with. We could decimate it a bit, but we could more likely hide a bunch of stuff, to be honest, in the back room. Okay, so what we'll do is let's focus on the water for now. And what we can do is we'll kill some of the other stuff to make this a little bit easier. So let's just kill the terrain. Let's kill camping. Kill the cactus. That might cause a bit of issues, actually. Keep the terrain. It blocks out that light. Okay. So this is going to be intense in terms of... it's going to be a little intense in terms of speed and stuff, but let's do it like this, okay? So this is the day scene. I just turned this on, and this is where we had a fish. So we have the 3D cursor to that already. So what we can do is we can bring in append. We have our mask, so it's going to be 2.3.1, and then we know it was called mask. I think it's mask merge applied, pretty sure. Okay, and then let's do selection to cursor. And there's our mask. So what we want to do is take a peek at it underneath. Cool. So now we can turn off the fish. We could bring the origin to geometry. Yeah, so now what it's going to be about is us posing this in a way that we're going to probably we need to give ourselves more space here above my head, so you can kind of see this. So you can kind of see it coming through, but we want to kind of put it in a spot where it's pretty obvious what it is. So we face the camera. So now, interesting, so where are the lights coming from? So we're going to have to light this on a way where we can see it on that side. So let's just leave this for now. The lighting underneath is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I think I just need to put a light on this. And I'm actually curious whether maybe the spotlight might be the right move here. So let's try it. We're going to bring the spotlight out. Face. I mean, there's going to be a lot for it to go through, but let's see. We'll see if it works. Okay, so spotlight. Okay. So just hiding this for a second. I wonder actually if I go back, can I just change the viewport display on this to be bounce? Yeah, okay, this is good. Don't think that I don't think that messes anything up. Okay, so the camera is going to see it like this, and right now let's get rid of the 3D cursor. So it's obviously going to have a lot of this. So we can either bring it back, or maybe up. Oh, I don't want it too far from where the fish was, because I want the scene to kind of... And we have like massive volume underneath the water, so anything light wise is going to be really That's looking pretty good. This light on top. Where's our actual water? Can't tell if it actually is making. So what I'm seeing right now, and I'm wondering how much of that was it maybe being blocked by the cactus and the camping? So let's bring that back. So the mask is looking pretty good. But it's this lighting here, and I'm pretty sure it's just this. No, this. Yeah, okay. So it's pretty aggressive in the reflection. Yeah, so there's interesting, like a couple ways you can do this. So one is you can tell Blender, where is it? So we turn off glossy, we get no reflection, but then that's sort of not true. So the other thing you can do is let's make sure this is halo emission. So we can go light path. I think it's light path, yeah. Okay. Just experiment, right? So we can take basically we can take the shader. We just have two versions, right? So we mix the shader together, right? And then here, and then we use this. So I think if we use is glossy ray, okay. I never remember which one it is, but watch. If we turn off emission on one of these, yeah, see how it shows up here, but not there? So we just reverse this. And then, yeah, we're just going to do is, no, I'm not going to use light groups for this. So yeah, we're going to do, this is basically all we need. And then we can change, I can't remember which one now it was. Yeah, we turned the emission off. So now we can just kind of control the amount, so we can still have the reflection, but without, right? So this was 50. That was kind of overpowering it. We can bring it down to something like that. Until I fully render this with like a lot of samples, it's hard to know. Sometimes because it stops, we have a lot of volume, it doesn't calculate as much, so lights get brighter. But I think this is good. And then let's go back to the mask. So mask. And I'm just going to experiment with the size of it a little bit. And I don't think that this was affecting anything. To change this to It's really hard to see. It's really hard to see how this will look until we actually fully render it, because it's just so noisy. There's so much going on here in terms of volumes and whatnot. But this kind of thing where it's covered a little bit on the side and here, to me, looks pretty good. I don't know if it's going to look like it's sitting properly in the grass or not, but we can render one out and see. That's honestly that's really it. You know, I might play around with it. Like, I was thinking maybe I would take like let's see, like maybe I'd put a light underneath of it. I'm not really sure. So, you know, we could put a light behind it, see what it looks like. It's really hard with the volume. You can kind of get an idea if you want to see what this looks like. So this is foliage. This is the volume. I think that's the volume. Maybe there was another one. Definitely, it's got to be another volume here. Maybe not. Maybe there was no other volume. Yeah, that's adding a lot of haze, but okay, where did that light go? Let's just see what that does. No, this point light, yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to. I know about light groups, and I've thought about going through and learning it, but I think at this point, I don't want to. I can get this pretty close, and I can do some compositing after the fact. But the light group stuff, I'm not gonna try to tackle for this project. I'll think about it for next one. Yeah, this actually might be nice. I kind of like this light underneath, to be honest. Kind of like it. Just kind of experimenting the location of it. Yeah, I definitely like that. Okay. So now I think I'm going to fix a couple little things. By the way, I don't know if I want this rock in here or not. I haven't decided. I don't know. I think I accidentally moved it in, and I'm not even sure if I want it. I feel like it's just a distraction. Rock, yes or no? Kroji, what do you think? I'm going to leave it out for now. I feel like it's just getting in the way. Probably the biggest undertaking now is going to be this water. So yeah, this is everything going on with the water. I'm going to turn this emission down. I feel like much more subtle. Something like that. And then this one is really annoying, but we're gonna try to fix this up. So we need to fix up this line. Where is that line? There it is. Okay. There's a couple things I need to do with this. I might just isolate it. So we want it very, very thin. I just have to smooth it out. Might just have to smooth it out, and then So it's just like some little hiccups in this line that are bothering me. And then also I want it, once the bloom effect comes in, it looks better. Just trying to think if the last one. So this is the last, the render with bloom. So you can kind of see, like, you can really see the little, like you can really see where it's not smooth, and you can see the bloom is not bad, but I don't know if there's a way to do it. I don't want it thicker, but I want the bloom to be almost, so I've seen this before, like you can do, we could do, you could do is like make it transparent and then have the, just keep the light, like only have the light coming out of it. But I don't know if that's going to help because it's not, then you won't see a defined line. It's not actually bad. I just think it needs to be smooth, to be honest, and maybe just the power up a little bit during the render. And we can composite it into. Hey Evans, I'm doing well, man. How are you? Trying to get back in a routine after, yeah, the schedule has been a little tough on me. So, it's so subtle. I saw this. Okay, let me try something. I saw this the other day, and I don't know if it works. So I feel like there was something in, maybe it was in loop in. Like what I'm trying to do. Remember where I saw it. I was trying to distribute all of these vertices evenly. And I remember I had it somewhere. I don't remember if it was in a tool. And it basically just separated everything out into a nice, they're even. Maybe the shape, maybe the... What is slide vertices? Shift Alt S. Can't really see. I mean, it looks like that did a pretty good job. We repeated it 27 times, 29 times. That looks pretty smooth. I don't think it did the separation too. It looks pretty good, clean there, right? And now we just have to, the only issue is we have to fix the bottom. But I think that should be pretty easy, hopefully. Okay, so now, if you wanted to get this to the bottom, to connect it to the bobber, we could stretch it at the bottom. We could extend it. Let's see how far off it is. I still love that you guys can chat between YouTube and Twitch. I apologize. I want to get the Discord set up properly, but we're still having issues. So we need to connect this to that. Oh, my hook is gone. I know that there's a, I wonder if you could do, do you know, Creo, do you know anything about curves? Is there a, like, you know how, what is it called? It's like a pin. Like, can you pin two ends? Here's my question. Can you pin like two sides of a curve and say like, hey, curve, don't move, but then still like apply like a smooth modifier, you know, where it would, my bobber hook decided to go on its own. Yeah, like I'd love to be able to pin. I'd love to be able to pin this directly to the hook, so it's never going to move, and then just like apply a smooth to the rest. Maybe I'll just quickly Google it. See, how does it look? Yeah, you can kind of see it at the bottom. Maybe just it's not gonna do it. Okay. Okay, it's in here now. It's just got a little hook. Let's just manually try to do it. Let's, can we hide all this? It's not bad. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that, and I'll render it out and see. Let's just go add a little bit of emission to it. Okay, we don't know what happened up here too. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay. Okay, so I think now is some time for some cleanup. So let's do some testing. Can we get rid of this whole... Like, okay, if we go here, let's get rid of all the extras. What's visible? So this is, yeah. Oh, we know this can be gone. Because that's a little bit. Could get rid of some of this, but I don't know if it's worth it. It's a lot of it. Are you guys talking about this or something else? I didn't know if that was a joke or if you're actually suggesting to change the sky to green. Okay, I think I'm going to do this bobber. Okay, so I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to work on this bobber. I got to optimize these, I got to optimize these guys at some point, but I can do that after. So what we're going to do is turn this into, not this detailed, but I think the cage and some type of like little mechanical lighting in here. Have no idea how I'm going to do this yet. It feels like a fun geometry nodes exercise, but we'll see. Cool. And then, yeah, we'll continue to work on this and come back. So I'm going to take a quick break. Okay, we're back. Get the camera going here. Hopefully this is gonna fire up. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna work on the bobber. And we're just making a modern, where we're making kind of like a cyberpunk version of this bobber. So I modeled this already. So what I'm going to do is we're going to save, and then we're going to grab we'll grab, yeah, so I already have the bobber duplicated. So I think the best way to do this is going to be, I think it's just going to be to do a new file. Bible, a bobber. Okay, so let's go bobber, hook, night, bobber, main. What just happened there? Did I not bobber, hook, night. Okay, so yeah, okay, so this is the bobber. So what we're going to do is just grab, or save this again. Okay, so we're going to go into new. So let's go to a blank file. And there's a cube. Delete this. Where do is file. Append. Go back to our card. We're going to go to object. We're looking for bobber. B-O-B. Bobber, hook, night, main night. Okay, and then we'll grab all this. And we'll just go. Is it shift? What is it to bring it back to? I never remember what brings it back to center. Oh, Alt-G, that's it. Okay, cool. So we don't have the hook. Oh, why is that happening? Oh, we reverse them. That's why. Okay. This is bobber. Main night. This is bobber. Hook, night, and this is bobber, main, night. Okay, so this is set up, and then we're going to parent that to that. Okay, so this is the bobber. So I was thinking about this a little bit. I'm going to grab, oh, hey, Adam. How you doing? Oh, yeah, like a bobbing boat in the water. Poof. I don't even know. I haven't ever really played with that. You know, the one that, like, I've played with Fluid Flux. It's expensive add-on, but it does handle it. But yeah, the generic, like Niagara physics and water stuff is, oof. Let me know how that goes. Yeah, 1:30 there. Thanks for coming in at the end. I'll probably stream later on today, Adam, at 2 p.m. Eastern. So what is that from now? 7:30, 10:30. So maybe, but when you wake up in the morning, maybe I'll be streaming some Unreal Engine stuff. But yeah, that physics stuff is not fun. So I'm just setting myself up here. Image editor. Yeah, could you do that? Actually, you know that tutorial, Adam, before you go to bed, that tutorial you were telling me about TriPlanner? I couldn't find it in the chat after I close this up. Could you post it in Discord for me? I'm gonna go through it this afternoon and see if it helps me at all. It would be really useful. So active projects, cathedral, source. Yeah, thanks, man. If you could do that, and then we're still getting the. Fortunately, we still don't have the full Discord stuff set up. I keep trying to get it done, but out of my control. Okay, awesome. Yeah, almost what I really want is a really good TriPlanner planar like material setup that I feel is confidently the right way to do it, and then I'll just like replicate it in my own material. Because tutorial wise, I haven't found anything it's been awesome yet. What did I just do? Oh, Open up my file. Okay, so I'm going to open up this as my reference for now. This is kind of what so you can kind of see that above my head. I'll bring this down a little bit, and then this will be the bobber. And then I'll bring up, let's get pure ref going. I don't know why that's not working. Let's see what's going on with pure ref. Window. There we go. Just had to hit refresh. Okay, so this is what we're actually kind of working on, is this, something like this. You can see it here. But yeah, we'll bring it over here. And then Blender, you should still see it. Yeah, perfect. That's what we're working on. So I'm just trying to decide how I want to approach this. Whether I want to just model this from, from this original. Just kind of take a peek at what we had. Oh, okay, yeah. I really like this opening, though. So I guess option one would be I could just... Yeah, I'll leave the hell to the orb. Just thinking through, talk through some of my options here. I don't want to get into an over the top situation, but I really like this big opening, and then I like how the sides have the kind of the metal. I don't think I'm going to do this part or this part. I think we're going to kind of do this part and then figure out the inside, which I have no idea yet. But I definitely like the opening. So I guess option one would be that, and the option two would be I could add a what is that way? Cryogy, so do you mean... Yeah, like I've used the shrink wrap modifier lots. I'm just thinking, where are you thinking for it? Are you thinking like to shrink wrap a metal frame around the ball? So keep like the shape of the ball, the plastic of the ball, and then create a metal frame around it that is shrink wrapped to it. Is that what you were thinking? Yeah, that's interesting. It's not a bad idea. The reason I was doing what I just did there is because I know that when you take when you subdivide a cube, you get like kind of that circular pattern. You can kind of see it here, right? You kind of get like that pattern on one side, but it's not perfectly around. But I know there's a way to round it out, and then I was thinking I could just replace this, and then I could use, like, if I wanted to use like a wireframe modifier, I could just sort of extrude out from these. That's what I was thinking. I don't know which direction to go. I'm just trying to remember how you do the smooth. how you turn this into a perfect circle. There's like a way to do it. Let me just find it. Sphere from cube. Oh, Shift Alt S. Maybe not. Maybe you apply. I don't think that was it. Yeah, you know, I haven't really used a lot of loop tool stuff. I have it, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I have it on. Just give you how many different ways can we make a bobber. Yeah, I was also just thinking about a Boolean, right? And then just cleaning it up and just putting the Boolean, like basically a cylinder straight through it. Like this shape is not bad, right? It wouldn't be a perfect, it'd be kind of a, so I was trying to think, like, could you do this and then could you take like this loop and could you somehow smooth it into a perfect circle? That's what my brain was thinking. But I could be crazy. I could not be thinking about this at all the right way. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's kind of a cool shape. Probably not a very good shape, but it's kind of a cool shape. It reminds me of that, like, Does loop tools have a Boolean? I just could do the regular one. I don't know. I know there's tons of Boolean. We'll just experiment. There's no rush here. I'll just take my time and just try a few things, see which one I like. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So, problem with this is, okay, so we still want to keep, the issue is that we want to keep, we don't want to get rid of the glass, so we don't have to recreate it. So we could do that, but then maybe, I think Kuryoji's maybe original suggestion might be the best one, which is just to consider I know, I've seen that too. It is a tricky, right? Because you can cut a Boolean, but then you just create like a bunch of weird edges around. Well, the Boolean will definitely do it. It's just then I won't have like the actual, I could duplicate it. Yeah, see, that's what happens, right? You get a super messy. Yeah, it's basically just a slice through it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. And we're going to set up, Adam. So like we're going to get, I keep saying this, but we're going to have, like in the Discord, like they'll have that chat, and then we'll have a place for you guys to share what you're working on. So I can I like to, if you're not streaming, if you're streaming, I'll watch, but if you're not, I'd love to see like the progress on the stuff. Like Cryogy's working, I don't know if you've seen it, Adam, if you've been here at the same time, but Cryogy's working on this like really cool 3D recreation of a old Japanese wood art, I think it was, Cryogy. He's like making the individual characters and the whole scene. So I love to see the progress on that. And then you're working on your Unreal Engine 5 stuff. You haven't told me yet what your actual final goal is, but you don't have to share it if you don't want. And then there's other people I'm sure working on stuff. I'd love to be able to kind of follow along and support as we go. Anyways, I'm just sort of experimenting here anyway. What do you mean? Never for the life of me remember this control. Yeah, no. I can't. I'm not going to go into the video now. I appreciate it. I'll save it. Just can you drop it in the Discord maybe? I'll watch it later. But no, I'm not going to watch a Boolean tutorial right now. I also prefer it's sort of Cryogy kind of. Honestly, I think inspired me a little bit that I'd like to try to use this little, keyboard shortcut. What is it? Scan thickness. I can never remember this. Control A. Control A, was it? Control A. Can you? I have some type of keyboard shortcut with my monitor. What is it doing? Fuck. What the heck is this? I got some type of stupid overlay on my monitor now. What the heck? Stupid thing. Yeah, I'm not doing that, Adam, unfortunately. I'm on my own journey here on this stuff. It's all good. I don't need advice on this one. heck is that? Should not be a keyboard shortcut that puts an overlay on your monitor. This should just not be a thing. What the fuck is it? Gotta be fucking kidding me. Lose my mind at this shit. Got this stupid overlay on my monitor now, like as if I'm playing like some deathmatch video game. I have no idea why it did it. I hit some keyboard combination. I have no idea. No, it's the monitor. It's this stupid overlay. The little target sight in the middle and a bunch of shit on it. Like I can see like setting that up. Like here's an option, create keyboard shortcut. Well, how the monitor randomly can take that over and do that is blows my mind. Alien Vision. Alien Vision toggle list. Shortcut select. How do I turn that off? It's not. It's just a default monitor thing. I just don't know why it's assigned to a keyboard shortcut. Fuck's sakes. Shortcut key. I don't understand this at all. No shortcut keys on this thing. They have it assigned to Control Y. Control Y. They've decided that Control Y is the universal keyboard shortcut to add that overlay. What a joke. All right, well, it's gone now. All right. I like this so far. But it begs the question of, like, how far can I take this? Can I extrude this, like, out from the corners? Doesn't work. It's interesting. It's like it's very interesting. I don't like this, to be honest. Feels like it's gonna work. What it feels like, it just feels like a weird way to do it. Oh, I haven't. You know what I should be doing is I should be, I wonder if I should just be mirror modifying this. Oh, is that even going to work? Or is that just going to cause all sorts of problems? Probably won't work very well. Why does that fully disappear? I don't understand. What the heck? Okay. That worked. The skin modifier is skin before shrink wrap. No. What's the way to bring that out at the same angle? So if we can get it here and then we can mirror it this way too. It's interesting. It is interesting. Yeah, it's not quite on the same curve. Change the increment again. I feel like it doesn't matter. I feel like it doesn't matter how far I go. That's not going any further back. Right? Now, why is that? It's got to have something to do with the projection. Like, is it gonna... Just curious. Yes, it does. It just approaches, but it never gets there. I just wonder, I'm thinking out loud, of whether it makes sense to just apply this. I don't know, because I don't really know maybe the way. Let's do this. Let's get the basic setup for both. Even though it's super walky. I don't know what you're doing, relax mine, but I just gave you a pause because I don't know if it's that, maybe it's the same thing we're having with language stuff, but I don't know, it's just gibberish. I'm convinced. Yeah, save it for the afternoon, or just drop it in Discord if you want, and just share it, and we can chat about it on the afternoon stream. How much? Oh shoot! How much easier is this when if I just don't have a perfect circle? Quick, maybe a compromise. So bevel. It's all cool for now. The lab is normally like something I have set up with threads for all of my work. I've gotten behind on it. What I might do is make a lab like section for like other people's work. But stream chat is probably the best because I think that as people are like following the stream, it's a different audience. So short answer is yes. The better spot right now is stream chat, because that's actually where this is all going to be connected. So you'll be able to post something in stream chat and then it'll show up on screen. You won't see the actual image, but anyone will see like the link, and then we can go look at it together. Yeah, so stream chat is the way. It's just not hooked up yet. I just wrote something. Yeah, I thought maybe there would be a way to convert these things into proper circles, which is really what all I really want to do, right? Otherwise, what I was doing was actually pretty good. Maybe I'll just keep it. I thought it would be kind of cool to get that perfect circle. I think it's going to look good like this, though. Okay, so let's just do it this way. Let's not mess around. So let's bevel this. Get a little bit of that. Extrude along normals. Get a little bit of that. There we go. And then... yeah, because I don't think I messed up any geometry here. Everything is nice and clean. And, you know, I can kind of expand out from that. Like I could do... like from here, we could do a full... right, we could kind of pinch it. I think I want to do the middle ring too. The middle one would be cool. So let's go back to that. And let's include this ring. Oh, right. Oh, is this Adam? This is not you. Is this you, Adam? Moving over to you're on. This is Discord. This is you. This is you on Discord. Hey, wait a second. That means that my chat integration's working. Is that possible? Did we fixed it? Let's go look. Hey, cool. Okay, sorry, I just saw these messages, so let's go look how this looks. No, it's all good. It's all good. That's awesome. I didn't know that was working. I just got a message from my dev that he got it fixed. Cool. I like this. I like this. That's how, you didn't spam it at all. I think that's super cool. So now the whole chat is going to be saved in Discord, which is a win. So it'll be separated by day. I don't love the way it looks, but that's fine. We can fix that up. Probably figure it out. Yeah, so I'll share my screen. You guys see that? So as of right now, this should be working. So hello, everyone. Does it work? Yeah, cool. So we've got the chat integrated now. So if you're in Discord, eventually I'll start streaming the Discord to this stage. Let's go back here. So I'll start streaming. This is my Discord. I'll put the link in if you're watching and you don't have it. So that's a link to my Discord. Nice. Okay. So that should come through. I haven't seen it yet. Oddly. It says that it worked. Okay, I don't really know what the deal is with that. Okay, so something's not quite right because it's not going in, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, there's the Discord link in the chat, and then everything should be consolidated in here. So nice. Yeah, in the lab, that's fine. I'll clean this up. I'll clean this up here at some point, Adam. But don't worry about it for now. Cool. It's nice to know that that's working. I just don't know why that one post. I just posted the Discord. It didn't work, so I posted it in here. It shows up again. Weird. Okay, this looks good. Cool. So I'm just gonna. I think this is how I want this. I think I want kind of a middle. So I think I want to extrude along normals. I kind of think I want this pattern. So it's basically like mostly open, but then a little bit on the side. And we'll assign this to the metal. And I may make this one a little bit thinner. Well, I'm just not sure how this would actually handle this. So why did it not? Oh, right. I forgot what I was doing. I got distracted. So what I wanted to see was if I could bevel this, what would it do in the middle? Okay, just fine. So it creates a square. So go a little thicker, maybe like that. And then we'll grab this ring plus, now unfortunately we're probably gonna have trouble getting these. No. Okay. This one, we get a try there. Nobody tell Kuroji. Don't look, Kuroji. Don't see that triangle. Don't look at it. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, I think it's fine. I originally wanted it to be a smooth, but I actually think it'll look cool like this. And maybe I'll come across a better way to do the... But I think this is going to be good. Okay, so I think we got everything. So now we can assign this. And then we can extrude this along normals. And I think probably just something like that will look pretty cool. We could even bevel it in after and stuff, but I don't know if I want to. Yeah, it's just better things. There's worse things to be doing when you got a sore shoulder than working on 3D stuff. So, yeah. So I think this is it, and then I do actually want this as well. I don't know how it didn't select that. It's kind of annoying. Might as well just grab it though. Oops. Probably could hit the plus key and it would have worked just as well, but oh well. Let's play a game called Select All the... I never quite understood the right, how you make sure you select that proper. Yeah. Are you migrating it like just through your browser, or are you migrating it using the migrate function in UE5, Adam? I haven't not, by the way, I have not successfully migrated anything without issues from any of the Unreal versions since 5. It's like kind of a continuous, like I migrate, the stuff breaks, I go back in, I kind of like I just, something doesn't work. I haven't seen it actually go perfectly yet. Okay, I think I got all these. Yeah. No idea. I assume it's the same thing when you upgrade a level, right? It just creates a copy, and then you just change the new one. I've got almost all these levels that I've kind of been messing around with migrated except for one that's still on version 5.1, I think, and I have to figure that out. Okay. Cool with that. I'm just kind of gonna mess around with some stuff. Just I'm curious. It's kind of a cool organic shape. So if I wanted to put a, if I wanted to do this a little bit more, can I get a loop cut onto this or no? I guess I can, but only at, So now I wonder, should I have, so I guess you could do, just thinking about this. So if I wanted to have a harder edge, I could extrude it again, but I would need to bring this down, which is not, it's not going to work. And if I extrude it along the normals again, is that actually messing anything up? Is it creating like duplicate? What do you, are you talking UE5 or in here? What I should do Save more often. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, or what you're looking. What you gotta be more specific, because when you say copy paste it, I really don't. I'm not sure what you're actually suggesting, or if you maybe even are like, are you, what problem? What is the suggestion? I'm not quite understanding. Duplicate those segments. Yeah, I'm still not following. I know the solution to this. I just went too far. I should have just extruded it twice, and then it would have had a nice edge. So I'm just seeing if I can go back and fix it, or else I have to. I'm good. I'm not running into a problem here. It's just I'm talking. If I'm like in a problem, I'll just say it. Like, I'll say that I'm trying to get help or whatever, but most of the time I'm just talking through to myself. It's an interesting thing about streaming I'm learning, is that I enjoy it, but I definitely have to figure out a way to filter feedback, because I definitely appreciate people chiming in with solutions when I'm in trouble or I'm running into it. But I also can find the constant, like, try this, do this, what about this? I find it to be very, very distracting and really hard to focus. So I've been debating not streaming a lot of this stuff, maybe cutting it down to a single stream a day, but I really like to have the history of it. So I might record. But yeah, I don't know. It's just maybe just setting expectations with people that it doesn't help to kind of randomly suggest things if I'm not looking for help. But then sometimes people come in and say something very specific, like they have an expertise in an area and they say, hey, like, you should try this, and it's hugely helpful. But it's almost a question of, it's just a question of balance. That's what I was looking for. That's basically what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. And then now I gotta go back and do this part again, unfortunately. There must be a way. Thank you. Okay, let me do this one more time. Okay. I think this is it. This is it. Okay. All right. So it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I just didn't. I should have saved it back here so I could have actually. Oh, it's so dumb. That's so stupid. Okay, maybe I can kind of hack it. Metal. Assign. And then maybe I can select area smaller. I feel like that got him. I feel like that got all the edges. Okay. So let's just double check this. Invert. This is our glass. Okay. Assign. And then metal. Okay. Now though, I have to only select the top, which is not a huge deal. Because we're gonna okay. Now we're going to extrude along normals. Get a little bit of a lip, and then extrude along normals again. Cool. Oh wait. Ah, but then how can we get? Damn, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. It's like, how can I get all these edges just to not have to do this again? That's all I really want. Damn. Okay, did it. Okay, good. Okay, missed down. Fuck. Oh my god. This is the only one I screwed up. That's annoying. I feel like is going to be, I have to hopefully not totally screw this up. Back to the drawing board. Okay, let's look at this. 4 on here, 4 on here, 4 on here, 4 on here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so these are all metal. Let's try this again. Extrude along normals. Extrude along normals. See how this looks. Probably fine. Q, extrude along normals. Something like that. Okay. There's all metal. Perfect. Okay, so let's get material. Material, bobber, metal, metal, night, metal, sign, invert, material, bobber, night, glass. Okay, cool. Double check, make sure we're not totally out to lunch. Deselect all. There's our metal. Deselect. There's our glass. Okay, I think that makes sense. Could be wrong, but there's that. Okay, and then we haven't done any kind of beveling or anything yet, but now let's just see what happens when we drop this subdivision. Cool, that's what I wanted. Nice round corners, a little bit thicker in the middle, and then not like a... Okay, great. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go, and we're gonna end this stream here soon. Let's go 1080, 1550. Let's get this into rendered. Let's do what we did before. I think it was nice. Let's append in our SimSprat our object. I think it's just this guy. Yeah, cool. This is good. Punch the camera in. Okay. Awesome. I think our light, we get rid of this one. And let's just add area light. Bring it above. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to get a really simple metal material and just kind of see how this looks, and then I'm going to close the stream. I feel pretty good. Okay, so this is our glass. Oh, there we go. It's like, why is that not working? I never quite knew. It's an interesting question. Oh, is that just, it's the roughness. Right, okay. What is the difference in transmission roughness? Why does it have... Why is it selecting? That's interesting. Okay, I have a couple things I got to kind of figure out here. One is... Why is the subdivision selecting? Why is it selecting? Huh. Weird. Let's play a game called Select All the Edges. Here we go. Not really sure what's going on with that yet, but Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but yeah, it's you're right. It is expectations, but I want people to feel comfortable. It's mentally. I don't know what it is. I like to know how other people do it, but when I get into like a zone, I can chat and interact, but when it starts coming to like suggestions, it kind of messes with me. And Adam has seen me like get annoyed a couple times. I just don't know. I don't know how else to handle it. I like the look of this. I like the look of this ball, though. I like the look of this ball. It's going to be facing like this way, like that. I like the look of it. I think I even might like it better than the circular one. Yeah, I don't know. I'll work it out. And then I just like to be able to. This would be like a perfect opportunity where I have no interest in modeling the inside. If there was a geometry node plugin or something I could generate like circuitry, like an auto circuitry generator, I would 100% use it here. 100%. Maybe that's what I'll do after. I'll take a little break. I'll take a little break here, and that's what I'll do. I'll research something like some type of geometry node tool, because I would love to just kind of generate a cool pattern in here. That yeah, that would be fun. Just kind of wanted to see something really quick. You know, maybe we could just have fun with like an array modifier or something and just see what kind of craziness we could come up with. I don't know. Kind of curious. This is a fun experiment. So now if we grow up, oh no, lost Blender, guys. Hopefully the autosave. The autosave is pretty aggressive in mine. Keep forgetting to save. Oh, you found something? So this is what I really. Oh, so you're in Discord now, Adam. Keep forgetting. That's awesome. So I know I'll always have the chat history, which is super cool because it's never on YouTube or it's never on. It stays sometimes on Twitch, but I think that I probably lost that, right? Ah, damn. Damn. Promise I'll save it after. Yeah, I just don't know if they stay. Like, I have to go to the specific stream and remember when the suggestion was or when the video. And I don't know if the live stream comments stay the same way like a comment would on a video. Because often I've seen, like, you know, dozens of comments on the live stream, but then you go to the video after the fact and they're gone. It's only in, like, the live stream version of it. This is perfect because this gives me the whole history. And I can even say to people like, hey, yeah, we were working on that. We were talking about this morning or yesterday. Go scroll up, give a timestamp. I'm pretty happy with how that'll all play out. Okay. Cool. So I'm not sure what happened to our camera. Let's save a copy of this. Call this a cyber bobber. It would be interesting to imagine, this is where maybe if you have some ideas, Adam or anyone else, it'd be really cool to kind of think about, I don't know what I did here, to be honest. Oh, I think I... Okay, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This is fine. Okay. What was I talking about? What was my question? Oh, maybe I just rambled over it. So I'm saying the geometry nodes, right? Which I'm going to look into with your links to see what we can get. But I'm also thinking is like, what would the inside of a futuristic, like a futuristic cyberpunk style bobber look like? That's kind of what's interesting to me, is like what would be in there. Like obviously a little computer chip is cool, but I was thinking like, what could you have? It's not a lure, it's just the bobber on top. So like have cameras or something, little cameras going out the side. I'm not sure. This is something I was thinking. Okay, so let me just try to, I want to just get this light thing working and then I'm gonna call it. So let's try that again. So cylinder, we can make this very small. Kind of like that. And then yeah, we can just apply an array. Yeah, that's, I think, something like that. Like, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm kind of thinking. It's like, how to, like, I think it just inside is similar to this, right? Just like kind of a cool mechanical part emission, part metal, like computer component. And then maybe underneath, instead of having this stuff, maybe I'll do some Mid-Journey stuff here. Yeah, I'll do some Mid-Journey stuff over the lunch break and then come back. So like this stuff is all kind of random, but I like it. You know, just a total random distribution, which I think would be like the node group. And then I like the idea of like some type of a little camera system or something underneath here would be cool. And then, a metal shutter. Yeah, something like that. And then I think the top would be like, this top part will be like a dial, like an Apple Watch kind of dial, right? So it's sort of like you can customize it, that kind of thing. And then kind of get rid of, I don't think I want any of this on the outside. So I would get rid of this. So it'd be pretty similar. I have to think about it. It'd be like fun to even. Maybe I'll do some chat GPT stuff and ask it like to imagine what a fishing lure look like or yeah, look like in the future, and then get it to generate me some Midjourney prompts. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll stream that even. Yeah, little tick marks. Okay, so I just wanted to honestly just see these things glowing. That's all I really want to do before I close this off. So we'll do is we'll grab a reference. I mean, I can get the color. It's not really a big deal. And I should probably do another render. Yeah, I agree. Some engraving, some scratches, that kind of stuff would be cool. I really like the two-tone pink thing that's going on here too. So I feel like there should be like this kind of color, and then there should be like a pink glow. I'm not sure how I would want to do that, but maybe I could hit the inside. Like I could hit the inside of these. Or inside the bulb. That's why I love 3D modeling, right? Like, you kind of imagine this little thing, and then really the scale is just kind of whatever you want it to be. It could be inside this thing. It could be a whole microcomputer. It could really go as crazy as you want. It's really endless, right? Like what you can do. So I was thinking is taking the inside ring, which I think I got, and then assigning this a inside emission, and then giving this another material, new material, bobber, night, glow. I feel like this would be probably, did I not just rename that? Sign this, and then this is going to be kind of a pink hue. Oh, it's not. Okay, it's the same. Damn. Oh well. Okay, I'd have to extrude it down, and then yeah, it's the same. Oh, it's too bad. It's only something. Should be able to extrude that, no? In? Damn. Oh well. Oh well. I can duplicate it and copy it if I want. Yeah, well, yeah, I hear you, man. But I mean, I'm just new to this. I'm just figuring this out as I go. So don't feel like you or I don't know. I'm gonna just mess around with this before I think I messed up. Yeah, I did. Try to leave this in good place for my future self. Oh. I think that's it. There we go. At least we got something to kind of mess around with. Not what I would want, but yeah. At least I got the idea. So we can control now the glass. So we can make this rougher or smoother. The little pink lights are probably going to be have to be done slightly differently. But at least we got that. And we can also add, if we wanted, we could add some like smoke in here, which would give it kind of a cool effect. There's lots of stuff we can do, but at least we have kind of something now. Yeah, and then we've got our glow, so we can adjust the emission strength of this guy. Give us a little bit of... There's lots of stuff we can do with this now. And then we've got our internal cylinders, which is these guys, and we can control how much these things glow. So we've got, yeah, so we got a little bit of control now of this. I like it. At least we have some cool options. So yeah, that's the bobber. We're gonna save that. I'm gonna finish this one. Hopefully here, maybe we'll do it this afternoon. We'll see. Haven't decided. And then we'll go back to Unreal Engine stuff pretty quickly. But there you go. There's the bobber, at least to start. And then I should render. I'm gonna go back to the other scene and run a render. Maybe I'll bring this in and then let the render go over the afternoon so we can see it. Thanks for joining, Adam. Appreciate all your comments and feedback and everything. Cryogy, you as well. Sorry I gave you a hard time earlier. Relax Mind. I have no idea if you're just spamming or hanging out, but come back and hang anytime you want. And who else was here? Let's see. Evans was here a little bit earlier. I hope you're doing all right. And yeah, we'll be back at 2 o'clock Eastern to continue this this daily series. All right. Thanks, guys.